Good thing I caught it.
Good thing I caught it.
Okay, now we're on.
Good thing I caught it.
Now we can hear. Everything is good. That happened quick. Squirrely's live. I will go to my chat. Yeah, there's a lot involved in the setup of a stream. A lot more than you'd think. Very strange. Maybe we'll go to YouTube, listen to some tunes. Maybe not. Yeah, probably don't need tunes. Maybe I want to keep this, maybe I don't. Who knows? Yeah. Figured we'd follow around a couple chess players while I like to watch it. Yeah. Oh, actually, what I could fire up if I wanted to. I don't want any music. You know, they're sitting on us for music. It's fucking music. You know. Ain't nobody here for music. I mean, I've always thought that was a bit silly myself. Yeah, one of my guys, the guys I watch, I am Casablanca, who is Casa Corley, is involved in Chess 960 tournament. So I'm following him around. He's streaming right now, but I'm not watching it because, it's neat to see the breakdown of his stuff and all that. But I prefer the regular streams, so I can actually learn something. What's up, JRI? Hey, I think you're the subject of. Yeah, I think you're the subject of some debate in Copilot's channel, like right now. I just hopped off the channel, decided to stream a little bit. I don't know what drama happened. I have no idea. I steer well clear of drama. I'm too old for it. What's happening, Zekin? Zekin? Remember Zika? Remember the fucking Zika virus? I just thought I'd let you know. I don't know what the hell happened. Then there was some drama with Mad Quick, I guess. It's like, I just I don't care. It ain't affecting me at all. It's good to see you, JRI. What's happening, don't play? You said it right the first way. Zekin, all right, right on, buddy. I'm doing well, man. It's good to see you. Zekin, or Zekin. Like Tekken. That's something I can... Don't play throwing them emotes. What's up? Yeah, exactly. Twitch drama, the most serious of it all. That's kind of why I named the stream what I did. Like, at first I had it, is social media good or bad? And that just sounded cuckworthy, so I said, it basically ruins lives. Fight me. It's gotten so backwards lately. It's crazy. Anybody who's stuck in that fight, I feel for him, but also I gotta look at him and wonder, what's your day consist of? Yeah, you got that right. Fuck Zuckerberg. Yeah, fuck him and fuck his agenda too. Yeah, the title sucked. It isn't, I thought I'd be fair and maybe not make such a clickbait title, but it's not clickbait. That's what we're actually doing. So I thought, fuck it. I'm just going to shoot straight, Yeah, what prompted this mostly is a buddy of mine watched a video basically where some guy, middle-aged guy had his crisis, decided he hated his whole fucking life. Really good job. I'm talking about like top tier, definitely a one percenter. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm not happy with my life." Quit it all. Just walked away. Now he has a little farm. And he says best thing, 10 years later, he says the best thing that's ever happened to him. You know what I mean? And it's like he just went to, I do too. Absolutely, and it's like he just took a hard look at his life, decided what needed to go and what needed to stay, took his wife and got the fuck out. Bye. Owns a little farm and he YouTube vlogs it, whatever you call it, right? He marks his, he'll rebuild a tractor or fix one up, and he'll tell you all about the stuff he does. It's not boring to me anyway. I mean, I wasn't going to be watching this shit at 19 years old. I'm trying to get laid, but if you're established, a little older, you don't mind this kind of shit, right? But thing is, he got me thinking about the things that he would see daily on Facebook that was like ruining his life, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I walked away from Facebook many years ago. Never looked back. I mean, I'm on there, Oh, Ellipse. I know. I did it for a week. It about fucking churned me out and, spit me up. I mean, it kicked my fucking ass, dude. Didn't help that it was, like 110 out, and the entire area was literally on fire. I mean, just burning right in front of me. That didn't help. But, yeah, no, farming, even the little stuff is a bitch, If you're not used to it, if you weren't, like, brought up like that, you let's just put it this way. You don't want to get into farming at like 40 something. That is not the time to go figure out what real men do. Not the fucking time at all. Well, we can even back up further than that, JRI, and say the first mistake was fucking being in California in the first place, But that wasn't my call. However, it has technically been my call to be here since I was 18. If you want to, there's all sorts of reasons I stayed here, right? But the main thing is, I've always had choices to go somewhere else, and I didn't. I had friends, I had things that, made it, bearable here. I had all kinds of, groups I was in, four-wheel drive groups, shooting groups, bands, stuff like that. Are they playing and we can't see it? Yeah, because I'm not on the fucking tab. I was going to try to cheat and follow chat on my screen, but I guess I can't. Sorry. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, for those of you who want to follow chess, this isn't really a chess stream. It may or may not turn into one. But I just wanted to see what everybody thought about social media. Specifically, what I'm looking for is, because I can go to anybody, any space buddy, Buddy, any friend's house, and preach to the choir. They're all going to think like I do. What's up, Brown? Mr. Stee. I saw you warring with, who was it the other day? Was it Casa? Or was it, it wasn't Gary. Some titled player, you were warring with him. I don't think it was, might have been Amon. Was it? I don't remember, but I remember I signed on stream. You happened to be playing and you were doing pretty well, and I thought, well, damn, there we go. I know that name. That's a good question. I suck at chess because I think they do. I think the problem is I'm the wrong American to ask because I don't do any of that shit. I stay out of the newest trend loop very, very on purpose. My friends use WhatsApp. I've heard of it, for years. They've been, I've been asked on several occasions by people. Of course, everybody who asked me if I'm on WhatsApp was over across the pond, Europe area. Maybe it's not a thing here. I've been talked to a few times about it, but mostly by people in like Amsterdam, people I know in the UK. Was it the dude from Canada? Yeah, it might have been. Whatever he was really super strong. Oh, no. God, I wish I could remember who you were playing. Yeah, I think it is mostly European on WhatsApp. What's up, Awestruck? In Germany, almost everyone has WhatsApp. Is it just basically like Facebook and Instagram combined? Like it's a platform where you can connect with friends and see shit? Because, you know, hey, what's up, Zorakia? I'm doing well, man. Just here looking for a fight. To international family. Okay. Oh, someone called the... No. I don't think it was Johnny D, Mr. Brown. It was, you know, Johnny D's powerful. This was a very good player you were playing. Titled. Like maybe it was Casa or maybe it was Gary. It could have been Gary. It could have been Mark. It could have been Mark. I know it was someone real high up and real popular. And I tuned into one of their games or their streams and you were there. And I was like, son of a bitch, they're playing Steve. Anyway, you lost, but it was a I mean, from what I could make out on the position, it was a real fight. I mean, and then they broke down what you did after the game. That's why I know it was either Gary or Casa or somebody like that. It could have even been Coach, you know, Tuna. I don't know. It was one of those people, you know. Might have been. It could have been Tom. Yeah, it could have been Tom. It was like a rapid game. It wasn't something quick. WhatsApp is free messaging. Oh, I see. So it's just like what Yahoo Messenger used to be or what GChat is or something like that. Yeah, and then he did a breakdown. That's right. And he ended up checkmating you, but he had to really tear you up. He said it was tough to get in and you were playing well. It was a good game. Yeah, it must have been Tom. Either way, you know, I saw you. But yeah, you know, when I signed on Facebook, I think I made my account in something like, it says on there, it was about 10 years ago. I was a little bit late. I know, I miss AIM and MSN. I still remember the sounds, dude. To this day, when I hear a sound that's like similar to one of those messengers, I mean, you know, my ears perk up. Like, who's talking to me? You know? What's happening, 80 Guru? He chose a few good ones. Oh, he was breaking it down. I see. Okay. Yeah, remember when you'd, maybe some of you don't, but remember when you'd get like your AOL online and you had to buy your internet time by the fucking minute and they'd send you a new disc that only lasted like whatever, you know, 30 days or whatever time you bought, and then bam, you're just off the internet. You got your free AOL.com email address, which some ancient people still use. Dial up, baby. Yeah, I remember when 14.4 came out and I thought it was fucking screaming because I was on 12.2 before that. Yeah, that's the thing, Ellipse. That's kind of what I was hoping this stream's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not just social media maybe, but like the whole thing. You know, we're being hoodwinked. We're being robbed. We're being tricked daily by anybody who wants to sell you something or get you to do something. And, you know, the reality is if you're not available, they can't get to you. You know, for like 10 years or something, except for 2016 and 2017, and 2018, I guess, which were sort of crazy years for me, Facebook-wise, because I was, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you had to buy it by the minute. So you bought it 30 minutes at a time, because most people, when the internet first come out, well, publicly, when most people in their houses had some sort of online without a dial-up, they got on, they checked their email, maybe they got their news from some source, and then they got off. So you could buy 30 minutes, it would last you like all month. Get on a couple minutes a day, whatever, right? Certain days you're just not online. Now, I mean, I think it would actually shock some people to learn that there are still third world countries out there. Like, to most of us, the thought of not being able to just walk into a room and have screaming fast internet is, it's not just unthinkable. It's not a thought at all. You just wouldn't consider it. Like, why wouldn't there be? But some kids are still, strapping 2 liters on their feet for fucking sandals and living in like mud huts. But we don't watch that shit on the TV anymore. We don't see Sally Struthers telling us that for pennies a day I can save my own special Ethiopian. It's like the crazy shit that they've tried over the years. Maybe for good, maybe for not. But at the risk of sounding close-minded, which I hope most of you intelligent people in chat will see the difference. If I can't fucking see it, I'm not just gonna believe it. I think that's just part and parcel about being a careful, aware human. Now, Sally Struthers is on TV, right, telling me that I should feel bad for these children that there's definitely no way I would ever meet or see without this specific commercial. And give me about 10 minutes of footage of the flies and the distended stomachs, and the eyes that don't close right or open right. We've all seen the horror stories. And then tell me for nickels a day, one of them goes to school. Shit. Okay. I mean, that sounds great to me, right? And as a kid, I didn't have any reason to disbelieve it, but I still thought it was weird. But now as an adult, you got to figure, right? Sally Struthers didn't do that shit for free because she cares. Somebody paid her. Somebody paid for the fucking, the airtime on that, the production time. There was a whole crew doing that shit. That the commercial itself, or who knows what they cost? $30,000, $100,000. The whole series must have been millions wrapped up in that. Who's funding that? Your nickels a day is help funding that. It's a non-profit organization, but they're getting theirs back. So out of every nickel that you sent to, starving Xavier, maybe you saw a hay penny, which for those of you who were born too late to know what that is, it's half a cent. You're not getting much, You'd be better off to find some kind of, organization, some kind of charity, and ask questions. How much of my dollar goes? They have to tell you. They have to break that down. And if they don't give them your money. You know what I'm saying? Someone took out... Yeah, exactly, Brown. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if you try to disconnect, don't play. You can't disconnect anymore. But you can to an extent, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about, JRI. So I've got Sally Struthers, in a top-rate production, big old long commercial thing that lasted like 4 regular commercials. So maybe it was 2 minutes long, 5 minutes long, whatever. Telling me that my money's going there. But then, because the internet wasn't around, you had to wait for the leaked tapes to be not only leaked, but also someone had to have the balls to air them. Of these planes flying over, just dropping bags of grain. Maybe they're near the village, maybe not. The fucking thing hits the ground and just explodes. You see all these, these shadows, basically, because they're so far away, running, and they're just going to eat it from the field. That's kind of, what we provided them. Okay, so now technology has changed, but people haven't. Why do I believe it's anything different today? Why do I? Mr. Jamaican, thank you for subbing, buddy. 4 month, man. Either he's stupid with his money or he likes it here. What's going on, Brad? Hey, Helldesk, how you doing, buddy? Do you guys actually believe that Bill Gates is an altruist? Right. Right. You think he's reading, Atlas Shrugged and learning his business strategies for the, for no gain, for the good of the common people? What's up, Night Night? I know. I kind of started wondering that too, Night Night. Like, when was the last one aired? Surely after the internet came out and people figured out that was bullshit. Or if it wasn't complete bullshit, it was a lot bullshit. And it's always going to be. It's always going to be, Honestly, Zekin, Helldesk with the sub. Was that gifted? Check it out. It wasn't. Oh, brother, thank you. I don't think almost anyone is truly capable of altruism. It's rare. It is rare. And it usually takes, a deep sort of like bond or love to get somebody to do that. Like, caring for an elderly person in your family at their end of times. Well, you don't want to do that. There's no fucking way one person on this planet can convince me they want to do that. But you do it. For no gain, for no pleasure, for nothing. So that someone else can be more comfy because they did that for you. Okay. That's a weak example. But it is, don't give me a bunch of shit. Oh my God, we got Mike in the house. Dude, Mike, I saw your fucking farm video and I'm still so fired up about it that I had to, I just said fuck it. And I'm just going to do a just chatting stream. Let's see what people think about whatever. Social media, the narrative today. I still remember her crackling voice. Yeah, and you know what's funny else? What else is funny about that Night? This can't be discounted, right? Us cynical people see this shit. Sally Struthers, for a lot of those commercials, she went up and down, of course, but she was overweight. Like, decently overweight. I'm not sure that a fat, white, blonde American is the best spokesperson for a starving third world country. I'm just fucking not sure that that's, I mean, no one asked me, and I wouldn't tell them if they did, but that seems a little backwards, right? Yeah, there you go, Dell. There you go. Shit, man. You guys are going too fast for me. Right. It's not really altruism if you don't sacrifice something. So by taking care... Holy shit. Trader Mike. Oh my God. Look at that. That's a 1,000 spot. What the fuck, Trader Mike? Bruh. Yeah. Altruism means you lose something, gain nothing. That's rare. And you know what sucks about this altruism bullshit? Have you ever given money to a homeless person? Just there he is, down and out. You're going in to get some fucking snacks and fill your car up with overpriced petrol. You ever thrown him $1? You ever filmed it and then shared it? And then spoke down to others like you did something fucking, you know what I mean? You're part of the problem if you do that shit. I'm serious. You don't do that shit. It's terrible. When I was working the fucking news desk, our stories seemed to range in the... It broke down like this. About 80% politics. 20% look what this hero did for this hurting family. It just so happened that there was a camera crew there, for it. You fucking weak, you spineless And the rest was just odd stories, like boy stung like 57 times by the same bee, then befriends it, and then falls in love with it, shit like that, the weird shit that you can't explain. Kid's first time is with his mother, and now he's married to her, like shit like that. He just said, "Do you have trouble putting on pants, homeboy?" Oh my God, this is great. Yeah, Steve Brown. Not surprisingly, because you've done this before, you're reading my mind here, and you're steering this exactly in the way that my mind works. Look, it's real easy to say, okay, watch these two fucking dogs. I'm gonna feed one of them and not the other, but then I'm gonna let the other one in the same room. Dog fight, pack mentality. It's no feelings whatsoever. Mine, 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 and that's the way it goes. Not really. And not if you think about it and understand animals are about as advanced as your 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid. Man, he just didn't want you taking his shit from him. It was his, and he felt that. It's no different from you. That's like tax day for you. How many posts have you ever fucking seen in your life on Facebook that said, "Woohoo! I just paid $2,000 in taxes today. I'm going to go celebrate with dinner"? No, because somebody took something that was yours. You don't like it. You don't give a fuck if it's for the greater good or not. You don't want to pay it. Same with the dog, man. The dog's not being a jerk. It's not that he has the mentality of a fucking idiot. He's actually smarter than you are, because he figured that out long before you did. We were taught to forget this shit. We were beat out. It was beat out of us by our parents. It was beat out of us by our churches. It was beat out of us by our school system. But is there anything wrong with getting something and keeping it? What the fuck's wrong with that? Somebody can tell me what's wrong with that. I'll change the stream title. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is going to your neighbor's house, taking what he has, then calling it yours because he had too many. Come on, man. That's wrong on so many levels. If something like that showed up in court, I would fucking tear it up one side and down the other. First off, what's too many? Let's get some definition in there. What's too many? In whose opinion? Yours? His? The guy he bought the stuff from? You know what I'm saying? It goes on and on until you get tired of playing the bullshit game. You get tired of walking on eggshells and saying, "Hey, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that maybe you could look at it a little differently." Nah, you're fucking wrong. You're just wrong. Most of what you see on Facebook is wrong. Just wrong. The facts aren't even right. But besides that, is wrong. Don't get involved in it. What'd you get involved in it? Yeah, Dell. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I also don't have much of a big play. Oh, Tom, damn it. I saw your message yesterday, and I was going to get back to you, and then, of course, ADHD, I forgot. I completely forgot until I saw you. I saw your message. I'll get back to you, buddy. I wasn't ignoring you. I was driving around. I do DoorDash now. So, I see the thing. Okay, I'm going to do it later, and later doesn't work. Not ignoring you, buddy. Yeah, no. Stephen King, I think, said it best. He says, I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't memorize everything the fucking man says, but he said something like, "No, I like religion and I'm a God-fearing man. I have no need whatsoever for organized religion." I think me personally, I think going to some building that's in better shape normally than the house you live in, to see people once a week, to share your common good, and really, really get into the songs and all this kind of stuff, it's perverse in a way. I think there's something wrong with that. I think it breeds a society that thinks that Sunday's the best day to, I got to behave, but all the other days don't count. I mean, it's logical to start feeling that way, and it's bullshit. If you stay away from church, but still keep up on your learnings and your teachings, and try to discover how they work in your life, then you're doing it right. And if once a week, the preacher can spread some light on that for you, or shed some light, I should say. But open your eyes and get you thinking. Holy shit! Yeah, that is good. But for me, I wish I disagreed with you. I love it. I know, Tom. I'm just, the way I think is the way most people think, but they're not going to say it because it's been outlawed. Well, they can outlaw me. If Dennis can get away with what he did on his channel for so long, I'm not having any, But I think rituals are important. Yeah, I mean, I don't like blanket phrases either that just sort of generalize things. And so saying church is not good, it is sort of one of those. But for me, I've had good church experiences and very, very bad ones, depending on, who's there, who's preaching. In fact, the last day I set my foot in a church for church, pissed me off so bad. The what do you call him? I don't know, the preacher guy, patriarch, whatever. Not patriarch, mate, or the deacon. I don't even know what they're called today. Whatever. Had said we need to kind of band together and create almost door to door. Let's go get money. Let's bring people into this church, right? And get them. We need to get this church congregation bigger. But I'm looking around, and there weren't so many empty seats. I mean, the church was huge, and we were just in one room. So maybe I misunderstood it. But the way I understood it was, the church was undergoing renovations at the time. It's a very old church. Maybe they wanted some money. So I raised my hand. This was not in church, by the way. This was an extra meeting time. You could go on your own time. It was at 6 at night. If you gave a shit about what was going on, you could go listen in on their little tribune, their little meeting or something. Yeah, right, JRI, right. Yes, Steve Brown, 100%. And anyway, so I eventually raised my hand and I said, well, look, there's a lot of different ways to make money, besides, recruiting members. And he said, no, church is doing fine monetarily. We don't need a dime. We just need more people. And I thought, it just rubbed me wrong. The whole fucking thing. It wasn't right. There's something wrong with it. Something just wrong with it. Now, I know it says in the Bible, I was raised a Christian, right? It says in the Bible, and we're taught that, you have to spread the word. That's part of it, being a Christian. But it starts to get, if you do that, see, it starts to get kind of culty feeling. I mean, I'm not going to go. Yeah, exactly, Tom. Exactly. I'm not going to go to, say, Segerstrom Hall down in Orange County where they show top tier, the Broadway shows and stuff come through there a lot, or the Pantages, that kind of thing, and convince these people to come see my punk band by throwing out CDs. Yo, wrong crowd, motherfucker. That's just not going to work. So that's what I'm saying, Steve Brown. Is Scientology still happening? I don't know. It must be. I'm sure, it's there. I wouldn't know. I don't follow it. I don't know. I don't look at the news. Ever. I'm a little angry when Google wants to make some notification on my phone that tells me, hey, this and that happened in your area. I don't care, And I realize I'm an extreme case. But there are the other side that just loves it. Loves it. Preacher, pastor, father, bishop, cardinal. Yeah, then you got deacon, you got like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not patriarch because that's fatherly, and it's not matriarch because that's motherly, but they're not archbishop. There's some other way you call someone like high up in religion, and I'm just not coming up with the word. Shenanigans, 100%. Because, right? Holy shit, you guys are going way too fast. Yeah, and then he started one. Right. Who did what here? Mr. Art Vega with the 100 papitos. What's going on, buddy? I just figure, I'd rant and rave. We can watch some good chess. Is he still playing, or is this... Yeah, no, he's still going. Well, I argue that Instagram is safer for if you don't want to be, like, attacked daily with the bullshit going on in the world. If you are really looking to escape what's going on in the world, just not know about it, Instagram's kind of the way to go. As far as I know that there's, at least 10 social media platforms available today that I've never been on. And maybe they're better. Trader Mike knows of one. MeWe or Mayway or, My Way or The Highway. Some shit like that, I guess. And I keep ADHDing on that. I haven't even looked at it because my general view on social media is pretty shitty. So it's like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just not jumping in to find some kind of new platform. But it's like, sign on to Facebook. Just boom, open it up on your phone or on your comp. Count the posts before you get to some negative Nelly saying, look how the world is today. You got people doing this and people doing that, and nobody cares about the diseases anymore, and God, what happened? You're not going to have to scroll long if it's not the first post. You're choosing to subject yourself to that every day, possibly several times a day. But with Instagram, right, I just find out the things I like, and I search for them, and then I like them. There's a lot of like, yeah, MeWe, but I don't know how to say it, right? Offensive jokes and memes, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the other problem with social media is it is time consuming, bad. You ever heard of the parent who says, they don't have, oh man, I'd love to do more with little Johnny. I just don't have the time between this and that. But look at their Facebook page. Boy, they're sharing posts, articles they've read, anger at this president and that Democrat and this right-wing son of a bitch. And God, we've got to do something about the guns. Or Jesus, fuck, we need more guns. We need all the guns. Little Johnny's being schooled and raised by whatever your eyes are on, which is Facebook then, which is nothing. And then you get pissed off and you rant and rave, and then you walk around with your phone through your family's house showing everybody, look at this comeback I got. I can't wait till this fucking idiot sees that. Oh man. And I know what they're going to say. So I have like 6 articles just on cue, just ready to fuck this guy's day up because he's dumb. He's stupid, and he's going to know that by the end of the day. What have you accomplished? So what? With Instagrizzle, yeah, Instagrizzle. If I like big girls, they got a BBW page. I can just like that, and then they just put plumpers on my page. If I like fucking vans, just happen to like panel vans, you can like that page. If you like politics, then of course it's there. If you simply must know the newest on Bernie's mittens, because that sweet Vermont Jen Ellis, did this altruistic thing and knitted him mittens. If you absolutely have to see another picture of Biden sniffing some innocent girl's hair, Yeah, then you fucking do it, right? But you don't have to. With Facebook, there's no fucking choice. People, your friends, are assholes. They're pricks, and they're lost in life, and they're sharing their anger. You have no choice but to get on board with that anger if you subscribe to that. So I scroll on Instagram, and I tell you, I'm happy as a shit. I see hot rods, I see four-wheel drives, I see metal detecting, I see off-grid living posts, cabin posts, faraway house posts, fiction posts, chess posts. Oh, I know. I could go like Trump's page. Jesus fuck, that would wreck my day. It wrecked my day for 2 fucking years learning about all this shit. The more I learned about politics, the more I knew I didn't know anything about politics, never would, and how useless it is to give it any of my time, any of it. And now today your votes don't even count on either side. The whole fucking system is just completely fucked. So I got out of it. And normally I wouldn't. Is it safe to share the link? Yeah, oh yeah, Tom. You can share links. Jesus Christ, you should see some of the links I've had in here. Yeah, you guys can share links as long as it doesn't get my channel canceled. NoNambla.org or, maybe, stay off RosieO'DonnellSays.com and, we're okay. But, with Facebook, man, it's just so quick. Copy, boom, and you're there. But with Facebook, it gets worse. As far as I know, Instagram isn't doing this and hasn't. But that's as far as I know. Why? I'm not making, 17 trillion a year in the offices of Instagram. I have no idea what they do there, right? But it'll all get you canceled. That's what I'm saying, Mike. Fuck it all. Just hang it out, right? So, what Facebook does, though, is, and this would piss me off if I was on either side of the coin. You guys know which side of the coin I'm on, right? Beer drinking, smoke anything in front of me, four-wheel drives, guitars, and, come on, I'm definitely just your backwoods guy. I'm a red-blooded American from the 80s, 70s. That's just the way it is. But here's what I don't like. If you share a picture of like Trump on Facebook and like he's getting smashed up, or like someone photoshopped him with a black eye and it said, hey, this is what the guy deserves, down with the president. Yeah, it's fine. It stays. If you say something just like that about Biden, they remove it based on their fair play policy. Or their Facebook Freedom Act, whatever the fuck they call it. All right, so right now, just by knowing that, I'm already off Facebook. I'm off of it. I will never ever scroll Facebook. Never. I share on there. I always have Facebook open. I share my pictures of cars, my pictures of sloths, my space facts, whatever the fuck. By the way, if you like a little far out stuff, but with a like spacey stuff, but with like a Buddhist twist, Astronomy Passengers is pretty good on Instagram. But I'm just sharing things that can never ever backfire on me, get me in trouble. So if some lady wants to get angry at how I wish that Reagan was still in office or whatever she's looking for, she's not going to find it on my page. You don't like Harley Davidsons and fucking hot rods? Hide me. Get the fuck off. I mean, shut the fuck up. It's your choice. But with Instagram, at least I feel like I have a lot of control over what I see. And their algorithm works well. If I like, say I have an in real life friend and they're just constantly posting like shit I don't like. If I don't double tap that to say that I like the photo, I don't see much from that friend. It just slowly works itself out of my day. And I make sure, and if I like the post, I make sure I like all of them, that I find from that day, so that it helps the fucking thing tell what I want to see during the day. Because let's face it, I'm only on Instagram, at max twice a day. Usually I'll fire it up when I'm shitting, Maybe I'll do it again after I smoke a little reefer. Just kind of drift off. Let's see what's on Instagram. Nothing but, hot chicks, four-wheel drive, and music shit. Well, that's what I want. Motherfuckers, ain't nobody got to look at it. You don't have to look at it. You can like whatever you want. But I will say, nothing I see during the day on Instagram, since it's only what I choose to see, like rarely am I pissed off. Now, for a while, I was following that fucking idiot, Leonardo DiCaprio. Boy, that's a real fucking airhead. That guy's got rocks for brains. Any of those memes, Trader Mike, that end up in Gen Z channel, I don't get it. I mean, a couple of them, like I can see like a little haha, but not enough to make a fucking video over it. They had somebody put some production work into that shit. I don't get them. Dude, Trader Mike, when I was freelance writing, back in like say from 08 to about 2013. So for those 5 years, I was networking hard, which meant find other authors, befriend them, like their pages, y'all share your same shit, so we can do this, incestuous, you buy my story, I'll buy yours type thing, which doesn't work anyway. So, by the way, you guys, I'm not a good businessman. I have no trouble saying that at all. I'm not a good businessman. I'm not good at self-promotion. I'm not good at any of that shit. But what I'm telling you, if you get into something like a new job or maybe a hobby that you're looking to maybe make money on the side with or something, stay the fuck away from Facebook. These people will do nothing but bring you down. Literally, I don't mean your mood. I'll probably save that for another time because it doesn't really matter here, but I recommend against it. But anyway, I have like 1,000, 1,200 Facebook friends, last I saw, which was years ago. I have no idea how many I have now. I see posts from 8 to 20 people. I don't even see the other posts. There is a sneaky way, and if I can find it, but I probably won't now, where you can trick Facebook, and you can see the posts that happen most recently. So you can sign on to Facebook and see what happened 2 seconds ago, and then as you scroll, it happened later and later ago. The problem is, with 1,000 friends, I could sit there for an hour and not get back 20 minutes. And not only that, who cares? That's 1,000 posts of people that I don't need to fucking see what they're doing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they don't make any sense. I think the best meme that I've put in that I've seen in Gen Z, Mike, was the dude who I don't know what he had on. He had his shirt pulled up. He had fake tits on. He was in a tutu and on maybe rollerblades or something, and he's saying, headstrong to take on anyone. But I get, you and I, if I ever pulled a joke like that, I think you'd probably push me down. It wasn't even funny. That's one of the things that's one of 1,000 things that we did every single day that we've now forgotten because it bombed. It just wasn't funny. We tried, but maybe keep working on that. Maybe there's something there. But what you did and then released to the general public is it. Where's the fucking funny? I kept thinking maybe the video's too short, but he's clearly walking off. I watched it several times. Fuck. Right now, I will tie my shirt into a knot, put fake tits and dildos all over me, and sing a song. Come on, that's all you got. All of the world is at your fingertips, and that's the fucking best you got. I don't get it, buddy. I don't get it. Yeah, and I'm not even trying to sell anybody on getting off Facebook or getting off their things. I just kind of want to, just kind of wanted to see where you guys are at, because if you look real closely, instead of your lazy scrolling, that's kind of interesting. look actively at the posts you're reading on Facebook from your friends, from people you've chosen to have in your life. See how many of them would in the 80s be considered damaging. I mean, a regular news article headline today, I would probably be suspended from school for saying in 85. It's just gotten so regular. The narrative is getting so loud that we don't hear it anymore. You ever been like near a jet, or I don't know, at car races, or what the fuck else is really loud? Maybe like a concert that was like, even, maybe it was a rock concert, and even though you like loud rocks, it's just too fucking loud. After a while, you don't hear it anymore. Or like maybe you live with a yeah. When was Carlin's 7 Dirty Words? I think he did that in like 80, early 80s. I think. I don't have all of his bits, arranged by date in my head, but I know when he looked older and when he looked younger, and I know he never got any cheerier, and I fucking love him for it. Yeah, what is now routine talk, and yeah, just look at when someone says, I can't believe the state of the world today, and then shares some article that seems to indicate that something bad happened. You see, I feel like I'm almost cheating here because, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm telling you guys, the first 2 years of law school was my teachers asking questions, gauging responses, and then telling us, this is why you're here. I didn't hear a lawyerly answer in the entire bunch. We think with our emotions. It's natural. I see a strange person approaching me with a frown on. Would you say that it is illogical to believe that I might be about to get hit? Well, I'm going to react emotionally to that. I'm either going to become scared, fight or flight, and kind of shy away and hope he's looking at someone else. Or I'm going to walk up and chin check that guy. Now, I have spent half my life being both of those people. Okay? And I can tell you right now, neither one of them has much merit. It's just a situation. There's no right or wrong there, maybe. It's just what you do or what you don't, A lot of money for them fake knockers. But it's like, so say your friend said, look at the state of the world today, how sad, and then shared some, terrible thing, some terrible news article. What we pass off is just normal, just regular. Well, yeah, okay, that, I understand. I'm with you. I don't like the world either. So we don't think much about it. But do you know what would happen in 1989, 1984, if I told someone, here, look at this example. The world's not even worth being in today. I would be rushed to some fucking clinic where they would do their best to keep me from suicide. I'm not kidding you. The normal dialogue today is way out of control from what it was acceptable not that long ago. Now, if you're 15 right now, it does seem like a long time ago because it was like 3 of your lifetimes. But trust me, it's not very long ago. 30 years isn't, it's a drop in the bucket. That's not long to anybody except for if you're 10. If you're over 30, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. It's gone. It goes like that. So I'm going to spend my time, listening to these voices? What am I going to think at the end of a day? I'm going to think the world's shitty. And now I'm going to start noticing articles like that. And now I'm part of the fucking problem. Because I was a victim of the narrative. Of someone's narrative. Doesn't matter whose. We need our own narratives. There are people out there with them and they stick out like a sore thumb. You know why? They're usually successful. You've all seen the memes, right? You got some big guy everybody knows, whether it's an actor or whether it's, an inventor or whoever it be, a politician, writer. And they say, I didn't get where I was by following the crowd. I just didn't. I receive information, and then I turn that information over in my mind based on how I was raised, what kind of values, and you just do a little comparison. If it's way off, I'm out. And guess what? The entire world right now is way off. So I'm out. No news in my house. Hasn't been for 10 years. More. I do not, my homepage is not, howarewefucktoday.com. I mean, come on, you got to surround yourself with positivity. You know what you can also find on YouTube? You can find inspirational speeches by people who've been through life-altering, terrible, terrible things, real terrible things. Not my guy didn't win the newest Talking Head Award in the fucking Oval Office joke. That's not a day ruiner. That shouldn't even affect you. That shouldn't even affect you. I mean, not like it does people. Not to where you're falling down on your fucking knees and screaming in public over it. Your guy didn't win. We'll get her next time. What happened to that? What happened to that is every motherfucking kid in the world getting a trophy just for participating. They think they should always win, and if they think it's right, and if they're involved in it, they can't understand a loss. It's wrong. These things were put into place in the first place to weed out the weak. There's a reason that a jock is a jock and a nerd's a nerd. To call them something different, you're just saying the same fucking thing. You're just saying the same thing. Yeah, exactly, Tom. Dialogue. Yeah, it's a joke today. Yeah, JRI, correct. It's mostly opinion. And, who needs inspiration videos, speeches when there are videos of cats? I know. And, I'm the kind of guy who, when I'm hungover, I love to spend all day on YouTube watching, like, one-hit knockouts. Not boxing. I mean, like, the real thing. I want to see street fighting. I don't give a fuck about boxing at all. Or, like, bully gets bullied back. I love those. Some fat kid, with his titties bouncing, sneaks up behind the skinny kid and takes his backpack, only to find that skinny kid's parents fucking care about him. Let's put him in Taekwondo. Bam, bitch, you fat motherfucker. See ya. And he keeps beating him. And when that fat kid falls and says, I've had enough, that kid walks away. Bye. Why isn't life like that? Hey, you politely tell people, I don't want to see this kind of shit. And then they keep showing it to you. All right, my foot's fucking down. No more. But people don't do that anymore. We'll put up with this, we'll put up with that, because, it's just Uncle Robert. He's a little weird, but, we got to put up with the... No, you don't. No, you don't. Anybody in the world who has ever said, well, you kind of have to do this or that is lying to themselves. You don't have to do anything. I've done it. I do it still. Because it sounds easier. It's like George Carlin's soft language. If I tell myself, I gotta go here today and I don't want to, and you really don't have to go there, you use the word have to make yourself feel more like, well, what are you gonna do? There's no real choice. There's a choice. You're gonna look like a fucking prick. Maybe you don't want to visit this person or that person, or you don't want to, you made plans with somebody, but you don't want to do them, whatever. You don't have to do them. You're going to pay a certain price. But see, I think the average person today, the average young person especially, and when I say young, I mean anyone under 40. I'm sorry, if you are 36, you are young. You have time. Just trust me, I'm only 10 years older than that. And the last 10 years seems like it's been a long 10 years. There's time. There's time. But make a choice today. Make a choice. Choose to see just one fewer bad thing, no matter what it is. If your go-to is like CNN, and you make Tuesday your no CNN day. It'll work. Or, my advice is shut Facebook down for a week. Now, Messenger, okay, you use Messenger to keep up with grandma, okay, that's fine. If you're talking to friends or family, that's a whole different thing. But just one Monday morning say, I'm not going to sign on to Facebook. And I'm not going to sign on to Facebook Tuesday. And I'm not going to sign on to Facebook Wednesday or Thursday. Not until Friday after work or Friday at some time. I'll get back on Facebook. You'll see it in a new light, number one. And number two, the first couple of days, right, you're probably going to go through some like crazy withdrawal. Like, oh my God, I'm so used to seeing what so-and-so does, and like they're so active. If I don't see their posts, and I'm usually liking them, will they notice? And then I don't know, this guy was supposed to do that today. Don't fuck with that. Don't fuck with that. Because, guess what? You can definitely go, say 70 hours, whatever, 3 days, without knowing what your friend, Shirley had for dinner, or that she made it to aerobics class on time. Go girls, like that. Let her know you're in her life. It's a fake way of being involved in someone's life. You know who I know. I can tell who cares for me. The people, they call me or they message me directly and say, "Hey man, how are you? I noticed you're not around very much. Right now, is everything going okay?" A like, I have legit never ever put something on any social media and then wait to see the likes pour in. Maybe I'm just too old. I never really got into that. I don't care. It's nice, yeah. And if you're doing it as part of a business, like you're promoting yourself or promoting something, a company, okay, now follow the likes. It's important because some certain things will get like 137, whereas others will get like 3. Okay, don't do that 3 again. But if you're not making money, don't waste your fucking time on it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right, Tom. Yeah. I choose Hangover Day, to wasteoid in front of the YouTube watching bullshit I shouldn't watch. But most people seem to do it anyway. Like, that's just all the time, And of course, I'm not saying I'm immune. I'm saying I'm aware. I've gotten wrapped up in the let's see what the fucking cute cat's gonna do, when it reaches the ceiling fan. We've all been there. Or watch it slide down the stairs on like a fast food TV tray thing. I got it. It's fucking funny. It's great stuff. But how many years before it's just another fucking animal doing something cute? I mean, anything better to do at all? No hobbies. You don't want to go meet someone. You don't want to go fucking, bet your garage looks like shit. You know what I'm saying? Shut down the shit, man. And that, unfortunately, kind of goes for Twitch, too, sometimes. Now, on Twitch, I feel a little differently. And there are reasons. I mean, not... One of the reasons is not because I'm on Twitch, and please watch me. That's not... before anybody goes fucking weird on me. Right, that sounds like George Carlin and his white lies. Look, does this dress make me look fat? Watch how you answer that if you want some pussy, right? But, that's one thing about my friend Mike. I know he's in and out of work today. He's doing meetings or something maybe. Mike is honest to a fault. I mean, he's honest to the point most people just think he's mean. But here's the thing. You don't see him offering just unsolicited sometimes, Just like, hey, you shouldn't have left the house like that. And just walking off. But if someone asks him anything, any question in the world, you have like a 99% chance of getting bare, raw truth. Now, it's just his truth. It doesn't mean that it's everyone's. But like, if you trust me, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is. The queen of some country could ask, "Do I look fat in this?" And if you do, that's the motherfucker gonna let you know, right? He's just like that. I've always sugarcoated a little bit more because I just, kind of how my mom was. She was a little bit less, go-getty than that, I don't know. But, point is there's not enough honesty. And in fact, Mike will remember. Hold on, I'm reading. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Yeah, you can absolutely recommend that. Deep Work, huh? Interesting. I'm going to type that down. I will take your... In fact, before I do that, here is, if you guys want to see, there's the video that prompted all this today. Just a bunch of it. Just a shitload of it. And what was the name of that book? I tell you, ADHD is so... Deep Work by Cal Newport. I'm writing that down. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Because, I just can't stress enough how, devalued actual relations are now. And Twitch... I get Twitch and certain internet sites a little more than I get Facebook. Because on Twitch, listen, guys, it's fun to laugh at jokes and it's fun to, watch Rain Man spaz, and count the fucking toothpicks, 236 of them, definitely 200. Kmart sucks, right? People with problems. Bobby Fischer had problems. Asperger's syndrome, autism, these things are real. It prevents people from leaving fucking houses. You think your life's tough because what? You don't make what you want, or you're fumbling through school and you're not sure, you're gonna get that great job when you get out, or maybe you've got girlfriend problems. Think about being so fucking scared, terrified of life that you can't open the door. For these people, I think Twitch is absolute magic because they can look at who they're talking to, hear them, but don't have to be seen. And that's half of their troubles, is the contact, the getting near me, they can see me and I know people got mental issues. There's too fucking many of us, just like in a factory where, let's say they make perfume bottles. Well, out of 100, it's acceptable for like 10, maybe up to 20 of those to be complete shit.
A time sink. I might get my ass up and brush my teeth. Here's my remaining bits.
Well, JRI, that's the thing. People, I still don't see what the hell. Oh, Ellipse with the 25. There it is. That gives someone a real chance at a halfway normal existence. They feel like they're a part of something. Hey, I'm watching this man with all these other men, and I have a voice. When I say something, they respond. They don't have to know I'm weird, or they don't have to know that, I got this fucking twitch and shit, or my eyes don't work right. No one has to know this shit. The anonymity of the internet, I think, really does help some people. But I'm not talking about special cases. I'm talking about for most of us. Most of the guys and gals, of course, who just, think, normally we're just regular people. We can go out and work and we got cars and, just alive people with various problems. I think that social media is really, 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 really hurting you more than you think it is. Nice. It's not a very long video, and it's just basically this guy saying, hey, I was in the rat race. I made, this guy was, very, very, very well off, I'm assuming. He got tired of it, made a decision one day. Absolutely. And it's funny how those people, the ones who say fuck it all and drop it and go do what they want, those are the people saying you have choices. The people who want you at work on Monday, they'll tell you you don't. The people who need you to feed them, they'll tell you you don't. There are choices. There's other ways. We largely forget the blip on the radar that was the beatnik movement of the 60s and 70s. Motherfuckers were saying, yeah. Look at every song at Woodstock. Every song at Woodstock, barring a few, were about, fuck the man. The government's too big. Everybody's running everything. Signs. There's a sign everywhere. Somebody wants you to do shit. You know, let's just hop into a Volkswagen van or hop on a Bobber Yamaha XS 650 and, you know, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go deep into the woods. We all know enough about gardening and farming to do this, you know, and let's do it. Those people, if you ever run into those people, you know, back then they'd tell you have choices. Go to the nearest town and try to have choices there. You know, you have choices, but they're going to be only the choices that town allows. See, as you get, see the trend here? As you get further and further away from people, your choices exponentially grow. Closer you get to where it's busy, metropolises and stuff like that, your choices go down significantly, and there's always someone waiting to show you that you made the wrong one. Whether it's going a little fast in your car, whether it's stepping off the curb too quickly, you know, fucking jaywalking, whether you litter, someone happens to see it, you know, whether you parked, maybe your meter expired because you got to pay to turn your car off, you know, in the cities. It costs you to run it to get there, and then you got to pay for it to be off too. And then when you get out, if you didn't time that correctly, now you got to pay more for when your car was shut off. It's a fucking racket. It's the world's biggest racket is society. It is the world's biggest racket. There's no point to it whatsoever, to most of it. Now, of course, yeah, I'm not going to argue with fucking medicine, you know. And, you know, we need lawyers, you know, we need doctors, we need this and that, we need, you know, but you don't need, in order to have that happen, you don't need to live in a city of 6 million people. Every town in the United States, save for the most backwoods, weird, you know, 4 people, you know, getaways, has a doctor, a dentist, you know, a fucking convenience mart of somewhere where you can get food and fucking water. You know what I mean? You know, United States makes it almost impossible to die in. You have to be a real fucking fuck up to just lose it all and die here. And I imagine it's the same in most areas of the you know, the at least civilized world. You know, I mean, I can't just choose to go down the street and like not eat until I just drop one time. I mean, I guess you could get away with it, especially the bigger place you live in. But mostly, someone's gonna see that and say, "Yo, like, I think that guy needs fucking help. You know, he's been down a while and he's bleeding out his ears." Someone will rush you to the hospital. I guarantee it. And save your life. It's amazing. The lack of choices you have around other people. You know. Yeah, I believe that too, JRI. You know, I believe that part of magic, the real magic, is creating your own reality. You can make it whatever you want to a large extent. I mean, you can't control what other people do. You know, so I mean, if you were abused as a kid coming up or something, okay, well, you know, you're damaged goods, and you know, life's going to be harder for you. I mean, that's just facts. You know, we don't need to shy away from it. It's just fucking facts. But if you went through a regular kind of normal upbringing with, you know, nominally abusive parents like everybody else's, yeah, I mean, you got choices, man. And you know, if you find out something like, you know, some politician's done something just outrageous and you want to learn more about it, and you Google, god damn. I mean, you know what I'm getting at here. You know what I'm getting at. You ever seen that? You ever gone down that rabbit hole? Or you ever seen 2 sites report the same incident completely differently, and it's like hours old? Man, don't believe the narrative. You don't know which one of those sites is fucking correct because you weren't there. And that's the whole point. Why the fuck do you give a shit about something that happened 3,000 miles away or more from you? Unless it affects your immediate right to do something, who fucking cares, man? You know? Death by soma, or did you mean coma? Like a fat coma? What the fuck is soma? Yeah, you get some good chat. And I remember back in the day when, okay, so back in the day, so I can clarify, about 93. Okay, so I'm not that fucking long ago. To some of you, maybe. Yeah, if you were born in 99, that's going to seem like a grip of days ago, right? It's just ancient. It's in the dark. It doesn't matter to you what happened. But I'm telling you. Oh, that's soma. Oh, yeah. I know about soma. Yeah, I thought you misspelled something. I didn't go for the drug. Really? So soma's killing more people. Yeah. Soma is just exactly right. It's just basically, it's the same thing as fucking, this fentanyl craze and this fucking, all these pill poppers, right? And needle users. But, and that's the other thing. With the extreme availability of information, all information. Someone who starts heroin today, I mean, you got no excuses, guy. You have none whatsoever. What movie has that guy ever seen where someone gets hooked on heroin and then, like, at the last scene of the movie, like, does a bunch of heroin, nods his head at you and winks and says, damn, so glad I did this. There's nothing good down that road. That's the fucking problem that I'm talking about. Something made this, youth or man or woman, this person, something was so fucked up in their lives, it made them do heroin. That is more important than Bernie Sanders' fucking mittens any hour of any day of any week in any month of any year. Right? Where's the people helping that guy out? No, I got to hear about, masks and these trumped up fake ass death rates of COVID, right? COVID's a real thing. COVID kills people. Not all the people it says it's killing, and I know that firsthand. See, in order to get those facts, you have to get away from social media. You have to get away from social media. Talk to the people in the industries. Everyone knows a nurse. So, I mean, it was a huge nurse boom here in California where, like, everyone and their mother went to nursing school for, like, 20 or 30 years, just straight. Just if you were female or gay, or not gay, but male and in gymnastics class, you became an RN, right? Schooling was relatively easy. You had a few big words to learn, but it's just the body. I mean, there's only so much can happen, right? And then they come out making $100,000. Fucking, great gig. It's another racket if you ask me, but I mean, more power to you. But I just happened, I was raised in a medical family. I have a lot of medical friends, family. The second that I learned that hospitals get paid more for a COVID death than a pneumonia death, think about that. You don't think that they're just going to, any death that isn't a complete manglement by car accident is going to be COVID. They're getting paid, man. You involve that almighty dollar, even if it's just a little bit, that's when you see people do their bullshit. So, okay, I think I Am Casablanca is... Oh, no, I guess he is still playing. Almost everything in your daily life, I believe... Now, I'm just touting my opinion, so don't fucking, I'm not going to... In fact, the whole point of this is that I can't link you to pages where I found all these facts. Because they're not going to exist. Because just the same reason as coming out and telling people, that they really could cure cancer is the worst thing that could ever happen for the entire medical industry, big pharma. It would all go down. But people would live. See, the narrative doesn't value human life. It values the dollar. It values profit. And it values statistics that scare people. When I was growing up, it was AIDS. Now, AIDS was a scary thing. I mean, it killed a lot of motherfuckers and fast. Today it's COVID. Before it was Zika. And then before that, it was birds flu. And then before that, it was swine flu. You know, you got the pigs and the birds, you know, it's fucking our lives up from afar. You know, we can trace it right back to the fucking plague. Real things, but possibly blown so far out of proportion that the history books are going to be wrong on it. And that sucks. But that's the collective. That's the people in charge and the collective creating their realities that you subscribe to. Why would you ever subscribe to someone else's reality? No wonder life isn't working for you, dumb fuck. You right? You know, you're best when you're you. Just be you. At some level, no matter what you hear, no matter what you read that day, no matter who tells you what, there's a little kid inside that has like mom and dad's voice or a close relative's grandpa's voice. You compare that. You know, now, you know, when I decided that I was going to party for a lot of years, that kind of fucks with your head a little bit. Not the booze itself, but the people you hang around. They're a different crowd. And you start subscribing to that narrative because it's all you hear. I was always the good time drinker. I just wanted to go out, party, have a good time, and the second it started to go sideways, I mean, I was there. I was in it. I was trying to stop it. I've never been Mr. like, run over here. What'd they say? What'd they say? Calm down. Okay, I'll go tell them. Oh, man, Brad, you know, the guy says that you called his mom a big-titted fucking, you know, oh, man, okay, let me go tell him. No, I have no patience. I'm not a fucking, you know, those of you who remember Romper Room, I don't work on Romper Room. So I just started hitting people. Yeah, fucking worked like a charm. Get in someone's face at a party, and if it's a party that around people that I care about, you're going to get dropped, or I'm going to try to. So I went the full circle from being picked on nerd my entire high school years. I mean, I was beat down daily. You know, I mean, I remember I would tell my parents that I had extra after school activities. It was really just to give my nose a chance to stop bleeding so I could face my father, right? That's how I lived for fucking 4 years, just beat down. And then when I got to partying, and I saw it again, and I thought, okay, well, you know, this is just going to keep following me. Just, Jesus Christ, avoid those people. You know, they're just so angry. And then I got tired of it, and I started thinking, wait a minute. I think there should be no violence at all here. You fucking think there should. Why do I have to subscribe to your way of thinking? I'm going to put you down with your fucking recipe, and I just knock them out. Goodbye. Sit down. Immediately. I'm not talking about a couple of chest bumps. I'm talking about the second someone walks up to me, sit down. And it worked. It worked very well. It continues to work. I don't win all the fights, but saying I've seen both sides of this coin, I've been the scared, I don't really want to be a part of any of that. Like, it's just, you know, I don't understand that, to as massive of bar fights as you can imagine out of any movie. Any movie. I've been there, in them, in the heart of it. I've been in so many fucking beer fights you wouldn't believe it. But the whole point is, no matter which way I was going, I was trying to listen to my narrative, trying to figure out what I could do to either fit in better or at least make these problems go away. And I tell you what, unfortunately, and I'm not backing it up at all, I'm not saying it's right, fighting worked. I mean, 100% a cure for that. Word gets around, suddenly you're not picked on anymore. It's just that simple. But see, that's a lesson most little boys have to learn at some point. But if you listen to the narrative today, did you say fighting? You mean like they were hitting each other, mate? What? Yeah. I mean, two people agree to a fight. One guy goes down, the other guy walks away. And if you run into each other again, One of you knows not to fucking try that, right? And one of you knows maybe you better go the other way. Done. It's just the way shit works, right? Yeah, Steve Brown. You know, there's that story. I can't remember her name, and it's definitely an ADHD thing because I've looked up this story and read it like 50 times. You know, this lady in the, I think it was the 50s, might have been the 70s. I can't remember now. This was a while ago that I was really up in arms about this, but her husband got cancer of something, and the doctors were saying it's kind of a rare case. It's this special kind. Yeah, it's not looking good. We can't save him. She said, horse shit. I know you can. Took this guy out of the hospital, moved to like the wilderness into like an RV, and fed this son of a bitch, natural crap. It was mustard seed and fucking, this herb and that and, a couple other things. And the motherfucker went into remission quick, like immediately, saw no symptoms within weeks. Had a death, he had a death sentence on him. She was a doctor at the time. She goes back to her peers and says, look what I found. She went missing. She went fucking missing. I don't know I can't remember if they ever found her, but one by accident. They don't want the cure. Don't believe this shit. And if you believe that any of these billion-dollar corporations like Nike or Macintosh or fucking Pac Bell or whatever the fuck's out today, Walmart, Windows or Microsoft, if you think that the let's say top 80 people in charge there, or the top 5 or the top whoever, give a flying fuck about diversity, about women's struggles, about safe spaces, about your feelings at the fuck all, you are definitely doing it wrong. There is no doubt in my mind. I can 100% stand by that. No problem. You are doing it wrong. Now, that doesn't mean that all of them are lying. It just means that if a company puts money into something, it's only to get money back out of it. Nobody wins at a poker table by saying, I think he has the best hand, but, oh well. Then fucking fold, asshole. You just lost the game, dumbass. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Sorry, I'm reading you right now, JR. Jesus. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, JRI. I'm gonna hit that link right now so I have it open. Because, this shit is interesting to me for sure. Right? But it's not gonna be, nothing that is shared on social media really is gonna get me going at all until I see its effect, like, pretty fucking close to where I am. It's got to hit my house, It's gotta like, men in SWAT team gear better be coming, kicking my door in to try to take something from me. Until that shit goes down, doesn't matter, baby. Who the fuck cares what talking head is saying what in the stupid White House? The same talking heads have been saying the same things since talking heads were around. Go look it up. If you want to go, just watch the videos. Hope and change, all this shit, that's not new. And what's really changed is more people are making money and more people are poor. That's all that's changed. Yeah, okay, Steve Brown. Right. I mean, I'm a real open-minded guy. You know, I like people. I always have. So it always kind of concerns me, but more confuses me when someone just like outwardly like hates me, unless I've done something to them, and I know I have. Then it's like, okay, well, yeah, that was pretty fucked up. I got to deal with this. But like, if someone just kind of out of the blue doesn't like me and is willing to not only tell me that, but maybe shove me around a little bit or scream at me, it's like, Jesus fuck, which one of us has the problem, me or you? And you can avoid those situations almost entirely by not putting yourselves into the situation. Yeah, it's funny, but remember back a few years ago when people were getting killed at the rallies, when these fucking airheads would stand in the middle of a road and grab hands, so that the world understood that, whatever was going on, cops were killing people or whatever the fucking agenda was for that day. And people were hitting them. Oh man, I hate to admit it. In fact, that's a lie. I don't hate to admit it. That's just something you say before you say something fucked up. I enjoyed seeing the footage of those people being hit. They deserve it. Why? Come on. Let's get that logic stick out. Let's get mom and dad's words back in your head. Look both ways before you cross the street, right? I mean, school, church, grandma, cousins, other friends, they all said, hey, whoa. How many times have you been shushed before, or pulled back before walking into a street? You weren't paying attention, right? I'm sorry. I can't feel sorry for you. If you're gonna join hands on a freeway and then fucking cry because a car hit you, well, I'm siding with the motorist. 100% of the time, I do not care what side of the coin you are on. Stay out of the fucking road. What's the matter with you? Now, if I went home in 1984, I would have been in 4th grade, and told my mom, Jesus Christ, you wouldn't have believed it at school. All these kids got angry at this thing that's happening in the world, and they blocked the road, and some of them got fucking hit. Just think about that for a minute. What the fuck would your mama said? She would have said, hold on, back up. I think I missed some of the story. Did you say these kids were sitting in the fucking road across the whole thing? Yeah. And they got hit by a car, which is supposed to go on the road. Pretty fucked up, huh? The most fucked up thing is most people think that the motorist saw him. Well, yeah. No shit. And they floored it. Are you stupid? This is natural selection. This isn't anything but natural selection happening real time. Or what about these fucking cheese made? Thank you for the sub, buddy. Sorry, I heard something and then kept going, right? Prior possession, right. I got you. Well, yeah, it's obviously the lead in the water, JRI. Flint, Michigan really did a number on the world. But see, here's the thing. I do sympathize and I do have empathy. I am capable of it. But when the world's so fucking big, you can't care about everyone in it. You can on some kind of, idealistic level. Everyone includes every individual. That's fine. Okay, the whole world. We care. But like, take Flint, Michigan. Well, I don't know the death rate. I used to because I worked when it was happening. I worked the news desk. But thousands affected or killed by lead in the water. And it was all you saw on the news for what, a year, 2 year and a half. Whatever happened to that? It just doesn't matter now because we've got a new thing now. It's germ. Oh man! Now all of a sudden the lead in the water. We're not pissed at that anymore. Now we're pissed at this thing that the media says to be pissed at. But the lead in the water thing's still happening. That's the point. There's so much bad shit going on in the world. You can't possibly cover it all. So they just cover the flavor of the moment, and everyone gets on board. They don't make a fucking decision for themselves. They don't critically look at any situation and say, well, wait a minute. This is kind of breaking the old logic train here. Something's wrong. You don't have to be a statistician or a mathematician or an astronomer or like an engineer to understand that if you see two fucking news articles or segments on the TV about the same thing that say completely different stuff, one of them's wrong, motherfucker. You can't just choose one of those and say, yeah, well, right there it is. And that's why I understand why the masks caught on, because some people say you need masks, other people say completely ineffective. But when there's a deadly virus going around, well, I don't care if the put the mask people on are right or wrong. It sounds like maybe it's just a fail-safe. Maybe if I mask up and there is some truth to it, maybe I'm just safe now, right? Or you can decide, nope, all bullshit. You know, I've had COVID, a bunch of other people have had COVID, no one I know died, so it's not deadly. You can do that route too, and you can just ignore masks altogether. But the point is, you can do whatever you want. You can take that information, you can twist it, you can turn it, you can put it sideways, you can analyze it, you can logic it, you can illogic it, you can ball it all up and put it away for later. You can do whatever you want with that information. Just stay the fuck out of my face with it. Whatever you come up with, stay the fuck out of my face. No one likes a Bible beater. No one likes the gloomy son of a bitch who every time you see him, it's just, yeah, you see what they're doing now uptown? Yeah, beautiful building, been there 100 years. Just ripped down like so much firewood, You know how many memories are in that building? You know the friend I'm talking about. There's always one. Maybe it's a relative. And if you don't know that friend or relative, guess what? It's probably you. You need to shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear it. Shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear it. Zero people. In fact, you know what I did at AutoZone? It was kind of funny. I can kind of reenact it here, but not really. Every day for 2 years, I went to work with a blank piece of paper in my back left pocket. Every day. It would be receipt paper I got from work, so I didn't, I just folded it up and put it there. And then when somebody came up to me, customer, didn't matter, said something really fucking stupid, something I didn't want to know, I would bring this out and I would say, you're not going to believe this, dude. I'm on about this subject too. And I've actually made a list of all the people who give a shit about it. And then I would just fucking drop it and walk away. Man, keep your shit out of my face. Fuck off. Just because you think it doesn't mean it should be said. It needs to be said. I was watching Casa last night, stream a little bit. Caught a little bit of it. And there was some guy, you could tell he was a kid, right? Maybe, I don't know. Probably a teen. Just kind of excited and saying, hey, you could do this. Oh, you could do that. Oh, no, I forgot his night was on this and that. And just kind of taking up some chat lines. And Casa just kind of called me, looks over at the camera and says, hey, man, hey, bro, I appreciate that you're here. I really do. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. But I don't maybe need to know every thought that comes into your mind. Maybe like shore him up and then put like one sentence. And I'm thinking, I wanted to blow him. You know what I'm saying? Give him a little help job. Fuck, thank you. What the fuck is wrong with people who, if it enters your mind, you say it? Or if it, or how about the people on Facebook who read the headline of something and then share the fucking article all pissed off. I knew it. All you motherfuckers said I was wrong. And then they get like schooled because it was like The Onion or something. Or it was from like 18 years ago. And it just happened to be recirculated now because of some keywords in the stupid thing. Yeah. No, dumb motherfucker. They don't know this. This is why psychologists get paid very, very good money. Because the average person doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And I don't mean just in life. Like, have a direction or whatnot. They don't know what they're doing almost at any moment. You could just go through the average person's day, wait hours and hours and hours, Just hours. And then freeze time. Just at some random point. Stop. What are you doing right now? Well, I mean, I was, had a little break from things I had to be doing, so I got on Facebook and I saw that this dumb son of a bitch, I don't know why I keep him on my friends list, but I guess I just like looking at a car accident, you got a rubberneck. Now he's said that, this and that's going on when it's clearly not. So I wrote a big old post letting him know that it's not, complete with an article that proves he's wrong. You did, huh? What did you do that for? Did you change his mind? Is he gonna, when he's done with all his important ventures, 100%, that's correct, JRI. You wasted your time, but more importantly, you got worked up. I mean, guys, in the 80s, like eating McDonald's was a scare, like a heart attack scare. People have forgotten that. No, fuck it. We'll just suck down burgers and shit like that. Now, we'll just be angry all the time while sitting down. Well, that can't be fucking healthy. Come on, bruz. How worked up are you going to get? Because, Robert S. on your feed shares some troll fucking article that says something that you didn't agree with. You know what? You know how you avoid... Oh, I'm sorry. I completely ADHD'd on a big point I was going to make. You remember the lines where, people were sitting across the road. They'd get hit by a car, right? Now I've forgotten it again. Every time I picture someone getting hit by a car, I'm sorry. So I used to say, I used to get back channeled from people at work at the time, friends, shit like that. That would say, what's up, Fisher? Can you believe it? More deaths from just, innocent, well, I'm watching my camera. There's something weird going on across the street. Always something weird. Another tragedy. 4 more deaths in a picket line. You know what I would say? I would say, the best way not to get killed at a Trump rally? Don't be at the Trump rally, dumb fuck. You cannot get killed at a Trump rally if you're not there. I mean, that's impossible. There are ways to make a lot of things possible. There are ways to spin it. But if you ain't somewhere, you can't be there. Just don't go, bitch. But if you do go to that Trump rally, and I'm just saying Trump rally because it was a buzzword of 6 years ago or so. If you do go to a Trump rally and you're dressed very nice in an alligator fucking polo, and you wanked off twice so you wouldn't get the random hard on because those lefties are hot. I'm not gonna lie. The people, there's a lot of big tits at these rallies. You did everything right. But somebody decides they're gonna open fire on that or run a car through it, you're at risk. Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter how you prepare. Doesn't matter your mindset. What matters is you're there and you shouldn't be. Why the fuck that's hard to figure out, I will never know, because I'm pretty passionate about certain things. Politics, they are one of them. But again, what kind of uphill battle is that? My votes don't count now. Your votes probably don't count. Not really. No one, we got dead people voting. We've got immigrants from 1917 casting a vote for Bernie Mittens. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm supposed to now rush the minute the polls open, rush down and see. It isn't important that you vote today, right? Voting has very little to do with it. What's important is the social media button you now get to share to show all of your non-voting friends that you did vote, and to show all of your voting friends that you're one of them. I'm with you. No vote, no right to complain. Dead people voting can't complain. So I'm out of that too. I am no longer voting. I will likely never vote again on any subject. I'll be straight up. I will likely never vote again. I can't trust it. I don't know where that ballot goes after it leaves my hand or wherever you vote. Okay, JRI, it's been fun, bro. Yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks for hanging around, man. Um, you know, you're not changing anyone's mind. The guy that signs on and says that Trump needs to die, and the wall is just racism, and all these immigrants, these are humans, and they matter. And if you disagree with that, just why isn't it enough to just disagree with it? Yeah, no. Oh. Life. Am I up for a 3-3? Yeah, maybe. Might be able to entertain that. Yeah, I think the tournament's over, or he got out of it, because I don't even see him in there anymore. Yeah, Steve Brown, I mean, yeah, exactly. You can't fight the powers that be. You ain't winning anyway. No matter how livid I get here inside my office, right? How my blood pressure rises, how I pull my hair out and grit my teeth and ball up my tiny fists in rage. No matter how much I do that, the dude who's pissing me off ain't gonna know, ain't gonna care, ain't gonna change. I mean, you're wasting your time. How about get pissed off at your local homeless problem? I mean, the ones that are fucking out front. How about get pissed off at something that does affect your life? What's with the fucking grocery prices? Is something there unacceptable to you? Go home and Google why the fuck is milk so expensive right now. Learn something worth a shit. Not just, well, I hate that side, so they all have to die, while the other side's going, I hate you, and you need to die. Guess what that results in? Sometimes actual death, dumb fucks. These people aren't kidding. Whether it's a Trump supporter, or whether it's a fucking Hillary, or whether it's Biden, or whether it's Trump, or who the fuck cares? Hey, Mr. Trader Mike, you've got some towns around you that would be considered local where there are homeless people. I'm just saying, someone, no matter where you live, you're closer to a homeless person than you probably thought you were, unless you legit have 40 Wyoming acres. Maybe not, But those people ain't watching my fucking chat either. They ain't watching me, right? Yeah, the homeless problem here in the small town where I live, has gotten out of fucking control. Oh shit! Sorry, I accepted too late, bud. I'm on one. I got issues, but and what is 100% of this homeless problem? 100% of this homeless problem. First person in chat who says it, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're right, because we all know what the fuck it is. Why are people homeless? I'm waiting. Damn! There it is. Grand Platinum's got it. Fucking drugs. Booze. Some people are homeless because, they got canned. Okay, better not do that yet. They got canned at the factory, or wherever they work, and now they're just, they just couldn't find work in time. They're fucked now. But, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about homeless people, Homeless people. The kind you see walking weird and talking to people who aren't there. This kind of bullshit. I'm going to go weird and go for this, I guess. Thank you, Thinker. I have argued this for years as well. I think that being homeless is extremely, it must be liberating in at least some sense of the word, right? I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. What's up, Buddhas? The benches. Yeah, right. But can't I? Is this too much? Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna go for the check. You are closer to homeless at any point in your life than you would fucking believe. Absolutely, absolutely. You're one bad news at work away. This is risky. And maybe, 2 weeks after you lose your job, the alternator goes. That's usually an expensive one, especially if your car is newer than like 1990. Yeah, that can be a $330 unit. Oh, fuck. Or even a tire. You price tires today? It's goddamn ridiculous highway fucking robbery is what it is, right? It's fucking highway robbery. Or one cunt mother. But more, even as a kid, we're supposed to feel safe. That's true. Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. That's a cute trick. I'm going to take here first, I guess, even though I love that bishop. Well, then they can check me. Fucking, they didn't check me. That's interesting. But I'm more talking about those people who they're living that fake safe. They're renting a house that they can afford pretty much. They've always got food in the fucking thing, right? If small things pop up, they can take care of them. They feel that they foolishly feel that they're not being threatened by anything and don't prepare for it. Now, someone like me loses his fucking job with what I'm used to like making and all that. I'm probably not in trouble because I just go get another fucking low level job that makes that. It doesn't matter, right? Well, that mate threat makes me less than happy. But I think if they do this, they may have more problems than they think they have. I don't know. This is an interesting game. But you know what I'm saying? Don't ever drop your guard. I don't know how many of you... Ooh, that's a cute fucking move. Doesn't work. I just check them here. Once the queen's gone, the mate threat's gone. Right? So after we exchange the queens, I get this brook out of it, and the king's cut off right over here. So, okay, we exchange there, and I got this doorway. And a pawn majority. Black is technically fucked, but I'll make a draw out of this or lose it. Right. I mean, if you make stupid decisions and you become homeless, and that's another thing. You remember that whole movement with the Occupy movement. Sit in this parking lot or that parking lot and bark about how the world's unfair. Yeah, I loved it. I loved special times when I would see like, oh, one of these fucking idiots has created a speech. So they're gonna tell all the other people pissing in bottles in the Walmart parking lot, their thoughts on it. And I used to love when they'd read their speech from a MacBook Pro. And they're gonna read their speech from a MacBook, and their speech is about how big corporations are ruining America. It's like, hey, dumb fuck. Maybe to your liking, maybe you don't like it and shit, and maybe what you say is true. But number one, again, let's go back and apply our logic stick to that. Hey, mom, I just came home. What's up, peon baby? I'm on a rant. Let's pretend you just came home from school. Okay. Very good game, Starbucks. I mean, I started with a troll opening. I think I got a 1 position and then worked it into a draw. But that's the way it goes. How did I manage not smoking cigarettes? Once I got past the initial fucking jonesing, it was fine. But once what they say that like after 21 days, the cravings go. Bullshit. 2 years after I quit, I was jonesing like a bitch. I mean, smoking is something that if you do it seriously, like you're not just Mr. like at parties, just do social smoking. If you actually smoke, you're in a big fucking, you have a big fucking problem. If you want to quit, if you don't, you probably have another kind of big problem. But at least you saw that one coming. You can choose it, right? yeah. Then they post, Miss Oppression is so proud of her new, Tommy Hilfiger jeans that she's gonna take a selfie that clearly shows her iPhone, and her manicured nails, poofy little hair with product in it. Yeah, I can see that all your rights are gone. Let's get Sally Struthers again. Where's this bitch? Tell us about the starving Ethiopians because, I'm starting not to believe that this bitch has a problem. Oh yeah, that shit doesn't go away. That's like, and you know what the proof in the pudding there is? Look at any priest who has vowed to God celibacy and then like stuck his cock in a little boy's mouth. It's gonna chase you. It's gonna chase you. Decades after you think you've quit smoking, just one opportunity and you're full in again, like just a smoker, Don't ever smoke another one. I just did. I'm going to stop though. Yeah, see, case in point there. But and then my problem is, I always was a social smoker. I've never been like what someone would call a heavy smoker. I don't just have 3 packs with me at all time because I'm just just one Carlton after another or something crazy like some of these people, right? But problem is my other extracurricular activities, they made you smoke, right? Like drinking. I cannot imagine. I've done it once in my life where I drank without smoking and I ended up in a huge fight. And then after the fight, which happened deep into the night, I was so worked up. I asked somebody for a cigarette, and it immediately put me on my ass because I realized that I was all keyed up on booze and the fuck they call it, adrenaline. I hadn't eaten in a while. Had that cigarette, started seeing stars. It's just one of those things, man. That sounded like a Norm Macdonald joke. Yeah, R.I.P. Norm, right? But you just have to put on your logic stick. Now, what does this sound like? Picture you're watching a movie, and picture we're dealing with like a Gilmore Girls type atmosphere. No one's rich, but no one's gonna be using heroin tomorrow, right? Just a normal average fucking person, mid-level person. Has a job, maybe, has a decent house, 1 car, enough to get by. Just a fucking person, right? In law school, they call it the reasonable man. Picture this kid comes home, okay, from fucking school. Mom, hi, how was your day, honey? Oh man, we decided that we didn't like this certain thing that's going on in politics, so we all joined hands and wouldn't move out of the road. Guys, if I ever told my parents that in the 80s, I wouldn't be here right now. They'd have killed me. Then they would have taken me to Florida, where they could contact a voodoo, Haitian, some kind of Haitian hoodoo, professional that would bring me back to life so that my dad could beat the shit out of me again and then kill me. That's what would have fucking happened. But yet, they do it enough. They show it to you enough, the clips, and they say how horrible it is because these people just want change the same as you. No, what they're leaving out is they were on a freeway. Bruh. I mean, the bowling alley was like, they kicked you out, or, you know, what? You know, not enough to do in downtown Los Angeles? You got to block a road? Jesus fuck. For those of you who have ever been in downtown Los Angeles, if you are bored there, you should probably just commit suicide immediately. Life is never going to get better for you. Ever. Not once. Not for a second. Just do it now. Drink Drano. You know. You know what you should do? You should stand up for a cause by sitting in a parking lot or sitting, in traffic. Solves two problems at once. You're Haitian hoodoo professional. Well, I figure witch doctor is too jaded now. That's not soft language. So I like Haitian hoodoo professional or associate for the person who sets the appointment for you with the actual bone in the nose doctor, the professional. Maybe they're an associate, right? They wouldn't be called, witch doctor's apprentice or something, because that sounds fucking weird. And we can't have that anymore. We can't say what things are. This is an apprentice or an associate or, semi-professional, amateur. That's good, because that means, I never liked the word amateur because it always kind of alludes to the fact that one day they'll be professional. But it also alludes to the fact that it isn't professional, right? In some areas of life, amateur has huge benefits to professional. In my opinion, porn. What the fuck do I care that some bimbo with bolt-on tits is going to suck somebody's dick for $500? I thought prostitution was illegal. Apparently not in the movie industry, right? I don't want to see that at all. With your fake music and your fake ass fucking orgasms and your fake ass, I mean, I can't words. There's no words to tell you how much I hate produced porn. Hate it. Now I've seen a scene or two, got the old tickle off, but mostly amateur, homemade. Okay, so I get that the fat broads that I watch getting railed by someone else's husbands aren't as attractive as Christy Brinkley. But it is the girl next door. It is the one who, when you're taking out the trash and they're out, you go, oh yeah, I'd like to take it down just once. Well, they're on there, fucking for your pleasure. You can see it at least. No, I want to go for, top model only. What? Or amateur boxing, oftentimes much better than pro, because these people, they don't have the instincts to know when to stop, when to pull back, how to work someone for 8 rounds. They all want to knock each other out right fucking now. Yeah, amateur anything fighting is better than professional. But then you got like music. 4 fucking assholes, in their garage with Pro Tools is not going to sound as good as the newest Disturbed album. You can bet on it. You can bet on it. Or the newest whatever, right? Guys you like album. Yeah, hoodoo associate. I book an appointment. Yes, problems. What's the reason for your visit? Well, it wasn't in any of the boxes that I could check, so I just put other. But I didn't really want to explain it. After all, I'm at a witch doctor and I'm white. This shit is serious. I have no other place to go. I have visited a witch doctor, a hoodoo voodoo guy, and I'm white. Some shit has gone so far off the rails, I feel that it's either kill myself or do this first and then kill myself. No one in their right mind goes to a hoodoo doctor for anything good. You don't see the bitches, hey, my son Timmy's dying from too much Ritalin. It caused him cancer. What do? Make a wish, right? Lastchance.com. Maybe they can finally see like a clown fucking an alien in their hotel room or in their hospital room. You know, it's just a couple of costumes. You know, pay a little extra for ET to get bent over by Pennywise. This is good shit, right? But you never see like a mother with a dying kid go to a fucking Haitian hoodoo shop and say, hey, I don't care what it takes. Why? Because that's what makes it a good fucking movie. Because nobody does that shit. So the one person who does, that shit is noteworthy. No, we all just give up and just like everybody else, you know. We don't try things. Why? Because the narrative says, leave that to a professional. Oh, Mike. Ask Trader Mike what he thinks about fucking brake jobs. What he thinks about maybe changing an air cleaner, a battery, or a headlight, possibly a fuel filter, possibly the pump. Definitely an EGR valve, definitely a PCV valve. Ask him what he thinks about these O2 sensors. You know, what he thinks about people charging $800, $900, $1,000, $2,000 to do this simple shit. All because the narrative has you believe when it comes to your car, you can't beat us. We're the good guys. We care about your automobile. Ding. So fucking hundreds of idiots just flock down to these fucking this place because the commercial said they care. Again, please, the professional. Oh, I thought you said professionalist. I want to make that a new word. That's fucking great. Yeah, you got to trust them. You got to trust them. And when you get down to this professionalist for your brake job that is now about $300, $250 per side. You know how long it takes me to do a brake? From I don't have a tool in my hand to both of your front brakes are done, like an hour. If it's dark and I'm hungry and I can't find at least one tool that I need for a long time. Guys, you're telling me this is a $600 fucking job? And not only that, when you get your car back, they're going to say, hey, your brakes are bad, but you know what? They're fixed now. We care. We also care to look around, and we feel you could get better gas mileage by running this, and we notice this is kind of dirty. Not broken, but for peace of mind. I mean, it's your car, right? Wouldn't you want that new? Here's the prices on those if you want us to do it now or if you want to come back. And now they've set that in your mind. It doesn't matter if it's true, and it doesn't matter what the items are. What matters is the same thing that matters to an attorney when they're doing when they have to establish goddamn, you know, the brain just stops, right? When they have to establish reasonable doubt for like a murder. In a jury of 12 people, if one son of a bitch isn't convinced they did it, guy walks. It's a hung jury, right? It matters that you hear it. Doesn't matter what it is. They know it's going to eat at you. Something's wrong with your car. Maybe it could be better. And even if you can't afford it now, that starts eating at you. God damn, that guy was pretty nice. He did cut the price of this and that. They didn't get full price, not what they quoted. He says they're bad. I've done a little research on the internet. I watched a YouTube video that says, yeah, exactly what he says. You know, a dirty ass air cleaner can affect your car's mileage. I don't know about the air cleaner. I don't know how to change that. I better go back. And they do it. And there's another $500 to change an air cleaner. I used to do this 40 times a day at work for free. It's nothing, right? And that doesn't mean you should learn how to change an air cleaner, right? I'm not saying that. Not everybody has to be a mechanic just in order not to be a complete fucking cuck. What you need to do is learn how to use YouTube. 2007, you know, Toyota Camry, air filter change. I mean, you're so stupid. You're so fucking stupid. You deserve to spend the money. First fucking 3 videos that pop up, I guarantee it right now. I'm not even, you know, whatever your problem is, you go to YouTube and you word your problem correctly, the first 10 videos are going to get you out of your jam. You just have to pick which guy looks nicest to tell you how to operate life for you. You just do it. It's not hard. Yeah, don't take your life in your own hands, man. Yeah, gasket might be ready to fail. This belt's got miles on it, but as you can see, if I just bend it a little bit, see that cracking? See that? Whoa, shit! It's like, no. Mr. Professional, my belt, as long as it's around a pulley, you would leave it alone. The motherfucker's fine. That's not a son of a bitch talking about, like, hey, I'm not buying what you're selling. That's someone who knows what he's talking about. Spray a little belt fucking, they got this stuff you can spray on them. Makes them new again. It makes it, it sinks in and it makes the rubber soft again. Spray that on your belt as your engine's running. Just, you don't have to, remember how you used to lube your bike chain? Turn it upside down and do the pedals? Because what idiot goes around the fucking chain, right? No, you moron. Jesus, fuck. Move the chain, hold the can. I mean, right? Anyway, people just aren't fucking logical at all. And they have such poor skill sets that they now believe that a simple brake job, disc brakes I'm talking, you can fuck a drum right in its ass, right in its fat ass, because that's a big bitch. They got the narrative got you thinking that you need not only a professional to do your brakes, but it better be top-notch stuff, which means nothing at all. Nothing at all. Why? Because making brakes, producing brakes for sale in America that are going to fail after a few miles, no one's going to let that fucking hit the shelves. So don't get top-notch brakes, get brakes. Almost all brakes that I have ever heard of in my entire life come with a lifetime warranty if you do them yourself. Go spend your $38 and watch YouTube, man. It's you're saving yourself so much fucking money, and you're not just being a wasted cuck. Right. Yeah, Oh no, I just got here and this is the first thing I hear. What's up, Pep? What's up, Pepega from New Jersey? Let me see about this. What? Wait, I can't even find my own fucking chat. Yeah, hold the, dangle that future scare, right in front of their faces so they know. Hey, my son Timmy's dying from, too much Ritalin. It caused him cancer. What do? Make a wish, right? LastChance.com. Maybe they can finally see like a clown fucking an alien in their hotel room or in their hospital room. I don't know. Just a couple of costumes, Pay a little extra for E.T. to get bent over by Pennywise. Jesus fuck. Yeah. I'm wearing the right hat, dude. Salty, right? Please, for the love of fuck, learn to use. I got my last job, not the AutoZone thing, the one before that, when I was working maintenance at a storage unit or a storage yard. At the interview, this chick was model hot. My would-be boss, very, very attractive. Not what I was expecting at all. She met me at a Starbucks. She asked me, why should we hire you? And I said, because I want the job. And I'm a pretty good worker. She said, no, but I mean, what special skills do you possess that makes you a maintenance guy? I said, none. I've never done anything like it. I mean, just like that, just firing them off. She said, with a smile on my face. And she said, well, do you know, air conditioning? Could you replace this? Nope. You ever worked on that? No. In fact, that sounds terrifying. So she kind of looked at me and I said, I just go like this. I go, I said, YouTube University. I will literally learn anything in 5 minutes. Anything in the world. So every question you just asked turns to a yes because I have this cool device. So yes, I can work on your air conditioning unit. Yes, I can work on your roll-up door. YouTube, and I called it YouTube University. And she laughed and she fucking hired me. And there were 3 guys at the place at the same time with me. God knows how many interviews there were. I'm talking about there was 3 guys and 1 female waiting to see her that all had maintenance fucking histories. She later told my office manager or the site manager, no, I like that he shot straight. And then he said, I'll just fucking look it up. I didn't say I was going to ask somebody. I didn't say, well, I mean, come on, man. You know, you got to help people help you. You know, shoot straight with people. Because guess what? If I had lied and said, oh, lady, you're going to like me. You know, I've done nothing but you know, commercial electric my whole life. I mean, I can change light fixtures in my sleep. Air conditioning, shit, invented it. I could have talked all that mess. But they're, you know, bosses are also looking for that. If you can do everything and do it well, quite frankly, they're wondering why you're looking for a job in the first place. And why you're looking for that job, which, you know, any job I'm looking at doesn't pay for shit. So don't, you know, you can bullshit people, but you have to do it in such a way that it doesn't ruffle their doesn't get their, you know, the hair on their neck fucking standing up, man. yeah, I've heard of the old e-brake cable stretch. I've heard of that one before. Amazing, right? You know, like maybe ship mooring just slowly gets longer over time if the weather's bad and it's trying to yank the liner out to sea. Come on, fuckers. Yeah, and then guess what they do, Mike? After they do that, after they say, thank goodness I took it to the mechanic I trust, who found the issues and fixed it before I broke down, what's that person now going to do? Well, they're on a lunch date with Barbara. They're going to tell her, hey, you know, I guess there's this thing with some older cars. I mean, you have an older car, right? You know, I'm so sick of that phrase, too. Older car. Older to who, you shithead? Dumb fuck. You gotta make sense to someone. What's an older car? To me, that could be 1920. That's an older car. It could be 1970. It could be my 1968 Plymouth. It could be my friend's 71 Mustang. It could be a 1989 Pontiac. What are we talking about? What's old to you, dumb motherfucker? If you're 15, an old car may have come out 3 years ago. It's just old now to you because your whole life you can sum up in 700 fucking days, you know, or you know, not really, I guess, but you know, you get the point. You know, if you're just a couple years old, then everything's old to you. If you're old, then an old car might be something before 1980. But anyway, she's gonna say, Barbara, you know, your old car could be experiencing, you know, brake fatigue syndrome. It's a weird thing that happens on the shoe pad rings, springs, and directly on the rotor fascia, just in between, I guess, the ballast and the, you know, the coagulator or something. I don't know. The mechanic broke it down. But anyway, I guess a lot of people, especially women, and now we have that reach across the table, touch the hands, especially us, Barbara. We're at risk because men, they know how to do this stuff and work on it. We don't know to look at our brakes. I don't even know what my wheels look like. Do you, Barb? Do you, Barb? Barb? No. So they go spread the word that mechanics are the way to go. And now that fucking mechanic that owns, you know, some 2-bit, you know, grease monkey garage that used to be a fucking candy shop in the 70s, he's just put a lift in there and some dumb room where he can, you know, for the 5 minutes a day he has to use a fucking pen and spell something, he can write it, you know, write receipts and checks or whatever, right? This guy gets free advertising because that bitch is so stupid. So now Barbara is going to go there and say, no, there's not necessarily anything wrong with my car, but I don't know if you know my friend, Diane. And then they wait, and he says, oh, yeah, stupid bitch, right? Just paid like $1,500 for brakes. Yeah, her. She says she recommends you, and she says you can do things other mechanics can't. You look at the Bilzabaster right next to the wheel rectifier, and see if it doesn't matter. Fuck you. But the point is, now that guy has a complete clientele of morons that'll just keep fucking bringing him money. And all he has to do is say there's something wrong every fucking time. Because if I said air cleaner or battery, there are males in this world that cannot pop their hood and tell me the difference. Grown males. I'm not talking about a 15-year-old who learned how to jack off 2 years ago. No, I'm talking about 30s with a good career. The car's nice. This motherfucker cannot point out the battery to you. Cannot do it. Right? Yeah. I forgot about that, Mike. Thank you for reminding me. Anything out of warranty, it's old and probably crush worthy. I mean, what are you going to do? No one's covering it anymore. Barbara, now, I know you guys can't see my hand, but when I say it, I reached lovingly over to Barbara and placed mine on hers so that she knows I'm here as a friend. Who cares? Barbara, I don't know. You have that big trip coming up. By the way, big trip means she's got to drive an hour and a half, scared titless, being that far away from her fucking precious home, right? I would feel better if you went and saw Jimmy. You have an older vehicle, out of warranty. Don't you feel better if it's covered? Please get checked out. Please. And now, not only are you stupid, you're making other people rich. And the conversation that night at dinner, I just can't believe the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. Lady, you just spent what I used to spend on a used car for 2 front brakes to be done. You are absolutely the fucking problem. The guy doing it and charging is not the problem. That is not a problem. Because he should get no business for doing what he's doing. No business whatsoever. $1,500 brake job. But the guys in town start to notice that for some reason, people keep going back to him for $1,500 brake jobs. Now they got it in there. Now their $89.95 brake job looks pretty fucking stupid, doesn't it? So they say, okay, brake job and a wash, $1,700. And people think, damn, only $200 for a car wash too? I'm in. And these fucking mindless idiots wander over to that guy's place because it comes with a free hosing. Lady, I'll give you a free hosing. And you know what I'm talking about too. I will hose the shit out of you. A fast petrol dragon. I love it. I love it, Mr. Brown. A turbo diesel low insurance car. And turbo diesel does not necessarily mean slow. You just have to turn a couple things up, get a couple parts, join a forum or two, or look at YouTube. Whatever you do, do not learn this from Facebook. Do not ask your Facebook friends how to turn up a diesel. You're going to get so much bullshit. No, more opinion, even if you trust them. Get it from someone on YouTube that has like 1 million views and all the comments say, yeah, this guy, just do this, it works. Well, how the fuck can you argue with that? How are you going to argue with that right now? You tell me. Yeah, Mike. Let me reach over and lovingly touch Barbara's hand again. Barb, we're not getting any younger. And Wilson works a lot. I want to know that your car is going to get you home every night. This kind of narrative, this kind of manipulation. Now, it's true. It's true, okay? For every rip-off artist in the world, there's some truth into what they're saying. Yeah. Has Backies, good. I'm doing these specifically for you, Michael, and hoping you appreciate the effort I'm putting in, because I'm really going to town. Trying to get you to do this bit. But, yes, is it possible that Diane or Barbara could set sail on a 3-hour tour, which is an hour and a half there and back, okay, for those of you math whizzes, and the car breaks down no matter what year it is? A fucking computer goes crazy, a sensor hog wild. You can shut the car down just like that. It does happen. But people also break into houses. And I don't put a chair by the door waiting for that to happen to mine. Do you? Right? Other wild things, things that don't happen every day, do happen. I'm reasonably prepared, but I'm not waiting for it, and I'm definitely not paying for someone to prevent it, unless it's seal off my street completely and only these people can come down it. Yeah, okay. No, what does that cost? Keep these people away from me. Keep them all away from me, right? Other than the select few that I like and get along with, which is it makes perfect sense to me, right? We will put these nice mud flaps. Yeah, these safe words, Brown, like safety. Safety's a big one. You ever watch I'm sure a lot of you have gotten hired at these rando places. It doesn't have to be like a warehouse or a factory, but a lot of times it is. But you get a new job, you have to watch the safety videos. Safety in the workplace is always important. It's got the warble voice because it used to be VHS, but some jackhack has managed to make an MP3 out of it, or MP4, right? So, safety in the workplace is important. You'll notice that the man in this clip is wearing safety goggles, rubber gloves, hazmat approved. Okay, yeah. Who's watching your safety video and getting anything out of it? No one. We're all thinking about jacking off. We're thinking about chicks with tits. I'm thinking about what I want to do to my car. I'm thinking about how I want to be anywhere but watching that safety video. Why? Because you refuse to make them fun. Why can't you make a musical? Hey, guess what? Take fucking, you ever guys seen The Minus Man? Yeah. Well, The Minus Man is a movie that has no soundtrack. Right? Yeah, basically, it should have been an indie film. The only reason it wasn't is that it starred Owen Wilson. But it's about a serial killer who kills humanely and doesn't hate his subjects. He dates them for a while, but he just can't stop from slipping them some pills and letting them go under. Right? He just keeps the pills in his truck. And he goes around looking for handyman jobs or rooms to rent. And he just lives with the people for a while and then he kills them. Okay, that is... It's a really interesting movie, but it's pretty dry, right? It's pretty dry. There's no soundtrack. I mean, think of, indie films that aren't that great. Okay, think of indie films that did not win the Sundance Film Festival, right? You're waiting for it to go. You're waiting for it to start. You're waiting for anything to happen. And then when it finally does, you don't care. And you're like, that's it? I would just knock that bitch out. What are you doing? It's kind of like that, right? It's kind of like, that's a safety training video. But you get a musical, right? People want to go see that shit. Look how popular Grease was. That also had a big star in it. And it also, was weird. Did some weird shit. But if it's in song, people know it. People accept it. And they're excited to watch more of it. Safety isn't only something other people do, but safety, something that needs to be practiced by me and you. Practiced by me and you. Right? While you're showing people falling off ladders or something. Man, I'm gonna get that. Fuck, thank you. And now I'm humming the tune all day. I'm humming, safety isn't just a thing other people do. It worked. Holy shit, you gotta make musical fucking safety videos. What's the matter with people? It's the only way. A tune gets in your head, you could be singing it for days. But if you have to watch, basically the phone book recorded You just all you want to do is fill your balls, get out your phone, do something else. Yeah, big tits. Yeah, big tits will sell. Music sells. There are ways to do this without, there are ways to operate life without completely selling out and cucking yourself. And I wish people would, the same bouncing BBW 2 feet long, at least 10 minutes. Yeah. So, chick's got hangers down to her knees when she's sitting down. Just roll those out for Mike and teach a safety video. I guarantee that if at the end of that, if Mike cannot tell you all of the safety tips she gave, he could definitely pick her out of a lineup, which is more than I can say about every safety video fucking idiot I've ever seen in my life. I don't remember these people. Half of them you don't even see. It's just actors, fucking up on screen for you while some voice. Safety in the workplace is something that isn't done for a second or a moment. Safety in the workplace is something we must value every day, every moment of every day. And I'm not even smart. I can't even imagine what someone with a 145 IQ, thinks about, shit like that, right? What the fuck? I'm in the mid category. I'm just smart enough to know that I should be smarter. And I'm just smart enough to know that I'm not smart enough. And I'm annoyed by these videos. They're ingenuine. They are waste of time, largely. They're just so that when you sue, or when you get hurt, you can't sue. Because they can just wave this video. Yeah, it's in the video. We showed them. They signed off that they understood it all. The guy still put his head in the fucking vat of acid because he thought it was water. I mean, it says right in the video. Well, yeah, maybe if the chick had her tits out or was singing, you'd remember that was a vat of acid instead of water. And you wouldn't want to cooled off, that day by sticking your head into it. Come out looking like the guy from Indiana Jones with the melty face. You know what I mean? Right. And the more risk at your job, which in a warehouse, I don't know if those of you who have never walked into an operating warehouse, it's fucking wild, or can be. Forklifts going everywhere, horns honking, big mirrors around corners. That's the only thing that keeps, 3,000-4,000 pound pieces of machinery from colliding at speed. And a fucking mirror. Yet, for about $225, I can get a virtual reality headset and watch all the porn I want. Looks like the bitch is right there. But you're telling me that in every warehouse in America, we still use fucking honky horns and mirrors. The mirrors don't even prevent theft in a fucking, in a mall. No one looks in the mirrors to see if a kid's stealing. Let's up that ante. Come on, get the fuck with it, right? But I'm just saying, you got conveyor belts going, you got pallet jacks just out of control. No one there likes their job, so everyone's having a bad day, and they usually have something heavy in their hands. It's not a safe environment, right? A lot of dangers. There's vats you can fall into. I've worked quite a few warehouses. And why is someone walking into my fucking gate? Bubba! What? There's someone walking in the yard. This is bullshit. They're just standing there. Fuck they do? Now, I don't know, but they're coming up to the door now. Some spindly looking motherfucker. I'm telling you, neighbor danger is back. God damn it. Oh, it's some kid getting their ball. They don't dare step foot in my yard because of the dogs. We're about to see a murder. No, yeah, this is why I cannot wait to get to my own, spread out in the fucking wilderness where No one's gonna show up at my door unless unless Amazon's coming. You know what I mean? All right, Mr. Mike. Hey, thank you. You see what my friend Mike just said? He's gonna shut off the internet because he's had enough of it, and he's gonna go do things that may improve his fucking actual, tangible life. The shit around him might improve if he gets his classic car a little closer to being legal and running well. I applaud this. So many people don't. Just, another day gone. Yeah, fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? On that note, I think I've been going a lot longer than I was going to go, too. I was just going to make this a little rant. Wanted to see what everybody kind of thought about, Facebook and shit. And I figured it would go sideways. And quite frankly, I've had more fun on this stream than I have on a chess stream in like 6 months. It's nice just to get out and hang out with people and be able to, say what I want, balls to the wall, you know what I mean? And it's just like, if you guys don't want to fucking hear it, I mean, there's other people streaming. You can come back when it's just chess, Kind of like, Twitch is, I like Twitch. It's a good platform. A lot of other platforms, they don't have that. Like, I mean, like if you're on chess.com, for instance, and you're playing chess and, your game's off or you feel everybody's cheating you and shit or something, I mean, if you only play on chess.com, your choice is to continue to play chess or don't. But on Twitch, it's like, you got so many choices. You can watch whatever the fuck you want when you want. We're about to see a murder. Oh, dude. Yeah. I would have switched the phone to stream. Yeah. I have had a good rant. Hey, man, and your participation has been freaking awesome, dude. And that, to be honest with you, I know I go on and on and on. I can really talk. Just ask anybody. I know most people that I know at least at some point, right? I can talk. But I really like the people on my channel specifically because, and I have to thank you guys for putting up with me because I'm allowed to say whatever I want. And I've never been like no one has ever clowned me for any of it. Oh, okay. I got, when I was first started, I got in that altercation about the shemale bit. I didn't know how to ban people. I didn't know the commands. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what the guy said. I didn't know how to. I was nervous. I didn't know how to scroll back up to see what they'd said. That shit show went sideways. But other than that, zero drama on Twitch for me. And that's because of you guys. Because it ain't because of me. Because I say some out there controversial shit sometimes, and people just keep taking it. And thank you for that, man. It makes a difference that knowing that. It's kind of it's a little validating because you're not just ranting and raving, and like no one sees it your way. I think people generally do, but they're just quiet about it, like we all are for the most part. But sometimes you get a little fucking tired of it. And you want to share with your friends, you just want to share with your friends. On that note, you guys. Thank you for hanging around. We're going to go see Fortuna. I realize that maybe some of you here aren't even here for chess, but Fortuna is another chess guy. But he'll actually be doing chess, and you won't hear swearing. You won't hear anybody say fucking Walmart or dumb bitch on his stream. But, hey, thank you guys for hanging around. Really, I'm going to get something to eat. I was going to do DoorDash today, but, I got a little pissed and decided I was going to turn the camera on. Wasn't really in the mood for chess. I thought, well, what do I do when I want to stream, but I don't want to play chess? It's like, well, let's see if I can just rant. Let's take a controversial topic and just fuck it up. I really want to thank you guys for keeping up like champs and not. I mean, because when someone's on a platform like this, the guy on the screen and he's sharing his opinion, he can get trolled really fucking hard. He can get really. It can get vicious. I just thank you guys for not being those people. You don't see that nowadays. Yeah, I know. Hey, you too, buddy. Take care, man, Mr. Night Night. All right, let's go. Let's go see him. Let's put an opinion on the internet.
Whoa, Squirrely! Holy cow, man! Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. Squirrely coming